Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie and this is Kitty Stitch. It's been a couple weeks since my last video, so I'm excited to share some progress here with you guys today. I've got about 11,000 stitches worth of progress, a couple finishes, a new start, and a lot of haul. So let's just go ahead and get right into things. We'll get started here with the couple of finishes that I have. So first one is, these were all, I'm really excited about these because two of them I had goals to finish by the end of the year. So there was three main projects that I wanted to get taken care of before 2025. And I've got two of those done today. So first one is What Remains by Blackbird Designs. Just go ahead and show this to you guys. Look at that. So pretty. It is stitched using on 40 count Hemingway by Needle and Flax. It's using all of the called for floss, except I did go ahead and switch out this light pink. Ignore my broken nail. But yeah, absolutely love it. I don't know if you guys can tell, it's got a lot of all these little berries or Smyrnas, and then like satin stitch down here, a lot of satin stitch up in this area. So I really think all of the satin stitches and specialty stitches make this such a special piece. So happy to have this one done. I love how it turned out. Going into it, I was a little nervous because the fabric is a lot darker than what I usually use, and the flosses were pretty muted, so I was nervous on getting this one started, but now that it's finished, I absolutely love it. So definitely have plans to get this one framed up and on the wall soon. It's gonna look so cute with my pink bulletin board. Yeah, absolutely love it. So started this one on June 9th, 2023. I started it at StitchCon in 2023, finished it on October 22nd of this year. And yeah, to get this one finished up, I did just under 3,000 stitches, and it was actually my oldest whip to date. I believe I have the flosses here somewhere as well. So like I mentioned, all of the called for flosses, except the one that I did change out is Secondhand Rose by Classic Colorworks. It's the light pink color. The called for was just not pink enough for me, so went ahead and pinkened it up a little bit more. And yeah, again, super happy with how this one turned out. Next up, another finish. This one was my third oldest whip. So all these are projects from 2023 that I wanted to get finished before 2025. And that is Pumpkin House by Hello from Liz Matthews. This piece is so fun and so unique. It's stitched on two separate pieces of fabric. So I did go ahead and finish up the top portion. Beautiful. Stitched using mainly the called for DMC. I did use some specialty fancy flosses on the pumpkins here. I think like the green and the roof were specialty, but all the houses and everything, house colors, were called for DMC. Did 2,625 stitches on this, and I even finished up the bottom portion. I should have mentioned as well, this one is on 40 count Joy to the World by Grace Notes. And then this one is on 40 count Moonstone by Fiber on a Whim. Love that. I got it finished up over the weekend when we were in Missouri, so that was a lot of fun. Turned out so cute. I will say I was a little nervous using two separate dyers for the fabrics, but I stitched across this top portion here just to make sure that it would line up and match up correctly, just with different dyeing procedures, and making sure that the fabrics would match up. So I'm nervous to get these sewn together, but I am excited to have the finished piece on this one. Yeah, it's great. If anybody has any tips and has done one of these Liz Matthews pieces where you have to sew things together, would love any advice on that, because I'm a little bit nervous to do that, but I guess I can always just rip it out if it becomes an issue with having things match up. But yeah, that is Pumpkin House by Hello from Liz Matthews. There we go, kind of. I should get a board. Oh boy. Good deal. She does have a spring version of this one as well that I also love, so definitely want to get that one started this spring. So those were my two that I was trying to get finished by the end of the year. One more on the list that you'll see later as well. But I did have another finish. It is a small, and it actually fell on the ground here. But this one is Tomato Pincushion by Mill Hill. I picked this up in Denver when we were on a trip and visited the local stitching shop there. And my friend Elizabeth loved it so much that she got it, and we started it while we were together in St. Louis a couple weeks ago. So here is this. I actually only worked on it for about 4 days. I was just so happy and was loving it that I just wanted to finish it up right away. So excited to get this one up on the tree as an ornament finish. I mentioned before my strategy for getting these finished with a piece of fabric on the back and then whip stitching that around, but a few people had extra questions, so if that is something you'd like a tutorial on, I'd be happy to do so. Just let me know. I've got a couple of these to get finished up, so that could be fun, but I'm sure you guys can see this kind of flopping around. There's like a little charm hanging off, and I love the little pins. I love the blue mixed in as well. Yeah, anything stitching related I'm typically really into. So those are the 3 finishes I have had since my last video. Up next we'll kind of jump into some progress on whips that I've had. So I did work on 2 other projects, one of which I'll show you now, and the other I'll show you in a few minutes once we get into the haul stuff, because I did actually get that one kitted up, so I'll show you that then. But if you've been here for the last couple Flosstubes, this should come of no surprise to you, but I worked on my stocking for my husband. Only 3,000 stitches left. It's looking so good. I did end up having to sew some fabric along here. This was just some extra that I had from a quilt when I was making, I think this was from bias tape maybe, but either way, got some fabric sewn on there so that I could fit it into my Q-snap, but just loving how this looks. I only have 3,000 stitches left before this, I was gonna say before it's a finish, but I also have all the back stitch, which unfortunately I've saved for myself for December, so that should be interesting to see how that goes. But again, totally loving that. Got about 3,000 stitches in and have about 3,000 stitches left until the crosses are completed. And then I am gonna wait to get this one finished because, like, I should say fully finished into a stocking, because I'm making myself one as well after this that I want them to be finished the same way. And I plan on just buying like a couple of yards of fabric just to have for any further stockings that I end up making as well, just so that everything can be finished with the same fabric on the back. I think that'll look really nice to have them all kind of the same, and hopefully use the same finisher for them as well. But yeah, super happy to get that one close to a finish and get it wrapped up in the month of November for the full crosses and December for all of that back stitch. But moving right along into some knitting. I actually had a lot of knitting progress, but also just a lot of projects that I picked up. So we'll start with my sweater. This is the No Frill sweater by Petite Knit. I'm knitting it in a size extra large, and this one is in timeout right now, unfortunately. I did go ahead and finish up the bottom portion, the bottom ribbing, and got that bound off, but I must have bound off too tightly because I could barely get it over my head. So I had to go through and rip out some of the ribbing, rip out some of, or all of the bind off, and I went ahead and blocked it just to see where I was at to make sure that it would actually fit, and that it was just the bind off that was too tight, and that was the case. But when I blocked it, the sleeves are also not right. I think I need to decrease at a more rapid rate because they're too wide to be like around my wrist, if that makes sense. But here's where it is. It really shouldn't have too much left. It kind of just looks like a box, but there's the bottom. I've got the sleeves on my, oh, here we go. Yeah, this sleeve. Like, that's gonna be way too big. I don't want a bell sleeve look. But yeah, I will say it did block out very nicely. My stitches look great. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the fit overall once I make those adjustments. But yeah, the ribbing blocked out nicely as well. I was kind of nervous because it was looking a little wonky, but that looks really good. And yeah, happy about this. Need to pick it back up because it is really close to being finished. However, I've just not been wanting to work on it after I had to fix all of those problems on it. So hopefully I'll get some time on this and get it wrapped up. I'd love to be able to wear it now that it is starting to get a little bit cooler out. But that's the No Frills Sweater by Petite Knit. Should mention as well, I'm using the Eddie Bauer yarn from Joann's. It is their wool alpaca blend called Woolpaca. And it blocks out really nice. It is super wash. I haven't washed it yet, but assuming that goes well as well. Next finished object is my pink socks. These are just a standard sock, the 9-inch tutorial from the Crazy Sock Lady. Obviously still need to weave in my ends. A lot of the time I don't do that on my socks. I just shove it in there and wear them, which is so funny because it would take 2 seconds. But yeah, I have 2 socks. This one was a mess because I actually did knit 4 socks. So I knit one, pulled it out, knit another, pull it out, and then here we are, finally with 4 total socks knit in this color. I loved it to start, but I was a little tired with it by the end of it, but I am really happy with how it turned out. The color didn't pool very much. I have had issues with that with these variegated yarns in the past, but this one is the hand-dyed merino wool blend from K&C Yarns from Joann's. Colorway is Berry Burst, and I do knit my socks on a size 0, just because I do have a bit looser tension when knitting socks, especially in 9-inch circulars, so that is what is able to get me the fit that I am happy with myself. Yeah, felt like a big roadblock on these because I had to knit them 4 times, so I'm really happy to have these done and knocked out of my list. Moving right into some knitting news starts. Since I finished my pink socks, I casted on another pair of socks. These are the yarn is by the brand The Fiber Seed, and it is their colorway Christmas Past. So here it is in the cake in my ball holder. These are my favorite, so easy to make. I have a tutorial of them linked in the video before this, but they're super, super easy, and they make it really nice to hold everything together when you're doing a center pull. But yeah, Fiber Seed Christmas Past, and I'm also using a mini skein that is called Ruby from them as well. And there's where we're at here. Looks a little wonky right now, but I am starting to get down to the toe decreases, which is awesome. This one, I'm also gonna knit 4 times actually, because I'm making a pair for both my husband and I to have some little matching handmade Christmas socks. The pooling got a little weird right here, and then it went back to normal. It's just kind of one of those things that come with using hand-dyed yarn, but I am super happy with these. They're very festive. Can't wait to have them done. I'm glad I got a good start on them this year and giving myself plenty of time to have them finished for the holiday season. So this is just the first one that I'm down to the toe on. Then I'll have 3 more after that. But yeah, loving that colorway. Then the next one I'm super excited about is my hat. This is the Doodle hat by Pacific Knit Co. And it is my first colorwork project. So again, I'm using some yarn from the Fiber Seed. I picked all this up at the Wool Gathering in Yellow Springs a couple months back, but it is the colorway Smoke and Glint. And here's where it's at. Ah, oh my God. Okay, so like I mentioned, first colorwork project. It's so much easier than I could have ever thought. I was really stressing myself out over it, but I'm super happy with how it's working up. Yeah, I mean, it is a little wonky, but everyone says that'll block out, so I'm not worried about that at all. I did do a knit one, purl one band that I did like a double fold on. She has instructions on how to do that in the pattern. And then the pattern's really cool because it comes with probably 20 different rows of different patterns that you can add in, and then you basically just pick which one you want, complete that, and move on to the next one. So it's a lot of fun. It's a really well written pattern, and a great one for colorwork beginners like myself. But yeah, so happy with this. Again, can't wait to have it ready for the cooler months. And I really love everything that this designer comes out with. So I'm happy that I started with her pattern for colorwork, just so I can get a feel for how she writes, and I can definitely see myself doing more of them in the future. So that is all of the knitting to show for you guys. Moving forward, we'll have a lot of bit of haul, and some plans. So moving into haul, a couple weeks ago, a few of my girlfriends and I were able to go to the Color and Cotton store. We had so much fun. It was Elizabeth with Frizzy Lizzy Stitches, Rachel with Lemonade Stitching, Amity and Erin from the Hathaway Stitchers, and we met a bunch of people there as well. So we just had such a great time. It was more than I could have ever imagined. I'll be honest, I hadn't stitched with anything fabric or floss from Color and Cotton, and everyone was obsessed with it, and I was like, I just use DMC, like, it's fine. But then I went and I saw the floss wall and all the fabric and was just so obsessed. So they had the cutest little stitching day as well. They provided us breakfast and lunch, and it was just in a little country club at a golf course. And yeah, it was perfect. So went a little bit buck wild there. I think I kitted up 3 projects and bought some fabric with nothing really in mind for it. So we'll just get right into that. First project that I kitted up is called Moonflower, and it is by Hands to Work. So here's this. That's the chart itself. I really wanted to brighten this one up. I got this probably when I first started stitching a couple years ago, and have just been intimidated by switching out the colors. I knew I wanted to brighten it up, but what better place with a floss wall like Color and Cotton to do a conversion. So my favorite is this little guy, this little moon. He's so goofy looking. Yeah, just love this. So here is the flosses that I picked for that. They look so good. Lots of pinks, lots of greens, and some blues. So it is Buttermilk by Color and Cotton, Snow Queen, Thimble, Cotton Candy. This green is Dewdrop, Rosebud. It's got some variegation there, which is beautiful. Juniper, a nice dark green. Cherry Fizz, so fun. And Bonsai. So that's my plans for that. Haven't gotten it started yet, but I know I have some fabric and stash for that one, and I just need to go ahead and start it because for some reason I'm working this up to be way more than it is, and I just want it to be perfect, but it'll be fine. And then on this floss ring as well, I did not buy this floss with any intention for anything. I think it'd be great on a monochromatic piece on some white fabric. And actually Megan, the Seattle stitcher, had bought this a couple months ago, and once I saw it I was obsessed with it, so I picked up 3 skeins of stained glass. It's beautiful, nice blue variegated from a light blue to a dark blue, and I think this would be great for a monochromatic piece. Next project that I kitted up, Rachel actually did this whole conversion, and it is seriously perfect. So there's a series from Blackbird that is called the Loose Feathers series. And so this is the chart that I picked up. She picked up one as well that we're going to swap once we both finish them. But this one is called She Sights a Bird. So cute with this cat and these 2 birds in the alphabet. So I love that. They use the same flosses though, because they are in the same series, which is great. So I just had her pick up double and did exactly what she did. So we've got Allspice and Winter Flannel, Carnival and Bayleaf, Old Gold and Winter Moon, Toasted Marshmallow and Battleship, and Pale Ochre and Duck Pond. So there's that. Yeah, absolutely beautiful conversion. Again, I think I have some fabric that will work great for this. And the series I think has 9. I was thinking it would be cute to do like a 2x2 grid of them because I wasn't obsessed with all of them in the series, but definitely enough of them to do it all together on one piece that I think will look great. So yeah, start this one up here soon, hopefully as well. So everything else that I picked up was just some fabric that I didn't really have anything in mind for. This is a solo dye 36 count, and it's just this beautiful pink. I wish the color was pulling better. It's definitely, I don't know if my board is washing it out or what, but it's definitely a lot pinker than this in person, but love that. I love a pink fabric. Sorry about the crinkling. This one was actually Fabrics by Stephanie. It's Friendship Green. I got a fat quarter of a 40 count in this. Absolutely beautiful. This muted green, variegated, mottled, I should say, fabric. Love that. Definitely will come up with something for that. And last fabric here is actually in the colorway Athens, which is fun because that is the name of where both my husband and I went to school and where we met and where we went on our honeymoon. So it's just a really nice tan that I needed to pick up because of the name of it. Got that in a fat quarter of 36 count as well. And then a few odds and ends. I did pick up a needle minder that they had there. This was just too cute to pass up. It says Crafty Girl. Which is silly. A lot of the time I don't even use needle minders because I just put it on my magnetic cable ties that I use to hold my fabric up. I put my needle on there. But this one is too cute. So I got that. A lot of times you can see I kind of will decorate with them back there or like on my hoop right there. So happy to have that one. And they also gave us some floss at the stitching day as well. These are some perfect fall Halloween colors. They are all just labeled as limited edition, but a nice purple, white, and black. So fun. That was very nice of them to give this to us. And then the last thing I actually kitted up I'd mentioned was a new start that I had. The last project that I kitted up was a new start that is from the book When the Leaves Fall by Blackbird Design. So here is that book. And this piece is not even pictured on the cover, but it was my favorite one in the book. And that is Moonlit Garden. Love this. The wonky stars are so fun. The house is so cute. The big moon. I just loved everything about it. I did actually go ahead and change this here at the bottom. It says, to everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. So I actually did go ahead and change that out to be Taylor Swift lyrics, which you'll notice a Taylor Swift trend here. But I made it say autumn leaves falling down like pieces into place, which is from one of her songs, All Too Well. And I always just love that quote there. So yeah, kitted this one up at Color and Cotton. I got this fabric, which is 40 count Dove. It's beautiful, just like a nice grayish color. And here's the flosses as well. Oops. I've already started working with these, but the floss ring's beautiful. Very autumnal. Absolutely love it. We have Fortissimo and Burlap, which are these two. Mustard Seed and Honey Amber. And then Crumb Cake, Glitter, and Pecan Pie. So fun. I'll show you guys my start on this one. I've just got over 1,000 stitches on it, so I've really kind of been addicted to this with the fall weather and the fall colors, but here is where that new start is at. I love the way these flosses are working up. Everything just looks so good and autumnal. Love it. So really excited. I don't know if I could push for a finish this one this year, but definitely excited to get some more progress on it. I'm really struggling to put it away because it's just so cute. So yeah, that is everything from Color and Cotton that I picked up. Definitely, we've talked about, I cannot wait to go back. If they have another stitching day, we will definitely be there. It was about a 6-hour drive and it was so fun. Elizabeth drove me. It was it was funny. I was supposed to ride with the other girls and then I realized that it would be like an hour less the night before if I rode with Elizabeth. So I was like, hey guys, sorry to change the plans, but so that worked out great. About 6 hours of driving. And we just had a great weekend. We got a super cute little Airbnb. I'll insert some pictures of us. We got to go and see the arch, and definitely got a lot of stitching in and a lot of giggling as well. It was really funny just while we were sitting in the stitching room. And I kind of always find myself thinking this at retreats, but it's just so cute. Usually it's just a bunch of girls sitting around giggling and doing something they like together. I don't know. It's very wholesome. So we had such a great time, and definitely happy to hopefully go back to the next one as well. But I do have a little bit more haul to show you guys. I am putting myself on a little bit of a ban until the beginning of the year because I have been going a little crazy, but that's okay. This one I actually didn't purchase. My friend Megan sent me, and because she decided she no longer wanted to work on it, and I said, that I would gladly continue the progress for her. So this is actually by Lavender and Lace. It's the Spirit of Christmas. And here's what that one will look like. It's beautiful. I've never done anything by Lavender and Lace, so I'm really excited for this. Here is where she was able to get to and where I'll be picking it up from. But it was just so sweet of her to send that. And I'm glad to be able to continue working on that. It is mainly DMC and some Krynic, I believe. So gonna get that one kitted up and hopefully get some progress on it starting this year. Once I finish up my stocking, I'll be in the mood for a little bit more Christmas, I think. So that is what came from Megan Seattle Stitcher. So sweet of her. And then just a few more things here. I did actually go ahead and purchase an ornament. I'm kind of skipping right over fall, I feel like, and just going straight into Christmas, which is fine by me. But this is a Mill Hill ornament. You guys know I love those. This one is called Best Friend Santa, and we just got a new golden retriever puppy, so had to get her a little ornament to commemorate her first Christmas. It's so cute. I haven't gotten started on this one. I did go ahead and get everything sorted out onto one of my little floss cards, so I just have everything twisted around on here and sorted out. But this will be a bigger ornament. I don't know if you can tell, the paper is like this whole size. So that'll be nice to have some bigger ones in varying sizes on the tree, just to give it some difference there. But I actually picked that one up from Amazon. I did kind of struggle to find it other places. I know Mill Hill, it feels like once they sell out of the ones that they've made, then that's kind of the end of it, because I know there are some that are a lot harder to find, but was able to get this one on Amazon. I'll provide a link for that as well if anyone is interested. A little bit more haul and plans. I did get signed up for the Jingle Ball, which is so exciting. This will be my 3rd year going to the Jingle Ball. It's so much fun. It's hosted by Lindy Stitches, and she brings in a ton of designers. It's a virtual retreat. It's only $10 to sign up for the retreat to get access to a majority of the stuff. But there are a couple add-ons that you can do for classes. So I did sign up for 2 classes right now. I'm thinking of adding a 3rd. But the 2 that I did sign up for was the Star by Hello from Liz Matthews, and then the Gingerbread House by Tiny Modernist. So I did go ahead and get the Gingerbread House kitted up. I'm excited to get that one started. This was all pulled from Stash. Use the called for DMCs, and then the fabric. This is a taupe Lugana 28 count. Picked up from Keepsakes. Just a nice plain fabric. It is a 28 count, which I don't usually find myself stitching with 2 pieces of floss. So haven't done that in quite a while. Hopefully my stitches look okay. But like I said, I pulled the called for DMC as well. And I think I'm going to probably regret this, but I'm thinking of adding some Krynic in to all of it. So this is a blending filament. It's number 32 by Krynic. I've got 2 of these, so I hope it's enough. And I hope it's not too miserable. I haven't used the blending filament by Krynic before, so I'm not sure how much of a difference it'll make. I know I definitely want to at least add it to the white portions, like the snow portions of the gingerbread house. I'll insert a picture of what the finish looks like. It's so, as soon as I saw it, I was obsessed. It's such a fun finish, something so different. And so the colors are so good. I just love everything about that. And then the Star from Hello from Liz Matthews as well. That one, when she posted about that on Instagram, my jaw hit the floor. I was obsessed. I knew there was no question in my mind that that was what I was signing up for. The beads around the outside as well. I can't wait to learn how she does that, because I'm going to be putting that on everything. So love both of those. I am also thinking about signing up for the needle book by Stacey Nash. I think that's such a cute design, as well as a finish that I would like to learn to do, because I do have another needle book pattern that I would like to get finished up, that I again have had for forever, that I would love to do, but have been nervous about even getting it started on the fabric, giving myself enough room. So yeah, might sign up for that, but I do want to get this one finished, and Liz's finished as well, to have ready for the Jingle Ball. So definitely need to get this one started. It is not too many stitches. It's not too big. So I should be able to get that done. And the last thing that I purchased was actually a pattern that I got off of Etsy. I'll go ahead and insert a picture of it. It's by Brooks Books Designs, which they make all of those Disney dresses that are just gorgeous that I've seen a lot of people do before. And I didn't know that they did other things as well. So they have some beautiful perforated paper ornaments that I definitely want to do. So I did go ahead and purchase the one, and definitely want to add some more to my stash as well because they are just so sweet. Me and I think Cam, we're thinking maybe doing one every month next year and then having a bunch of ornaments for Christmas. Could be a good idea. But they're just beautiful. So definitely want to get that one started. As far as plans, not too much going on. I wasn't able to get much sewing done in the last couple of weeks. And other than that, I've just been working on friendship bracelets because I am going to Taylor Swift. I'm so excited. So we are going to the second night in Indianapolis. Works out perfect because she came to Cincinnati and I live here in Cincinnati, so we didn't have to pay for a hotel or anything. And my parents live in Indianapolis. So got really lucky there. They live right downtown. We'll be able to walk to and from the event. And there's going to be tons of cute stuff going on downtown as well. So going with one of my girlfriends from high school and her boyfriend, as well as my roommate from college. So we all went to the one in Cincinnati as well and just had such a great time. So excited. I love Taylor Swift. I'll go ahead and mention the projects behind me as well. So I think I showed this to you guys before, but this is my full coverage finish of her Taylor's version Red, the album cover. I just uploaded it into a pattern generator and stitched that. So yeah, love that. Then I've also got my All Too Well snow globe. Let's turn it on. It does sing. Oh, what is that? This is my favorite thing ever. Like if my house burns down, this is coming. It's got pretty red leaves in it, and it's got the words along the outside. It's beautiful. And then lastly, this is actually a chart from my friend Elizabeth, Frizzy Lizzy Stitches here on YouTube. I'll go ahead and post a link to where you can find this chart. But it is from her Midnight's album, just kind of commemorating that album overall. It's got a lot of pieces of a lot of different songs in there. So this is so cute. It's stitched on a piece of mystery linen with, I think I used Sulky for this actually, for the floss. But yeah, either way, so cute. It's just beautiful. So I had to get all that out in honor of going to see Taylor Swift next weekend. But yeah, other than that, as far as plans go, I definitely want to get some more progress on my new start from Blackbird that I got everything at Color and Cotton with. I want to get the gingerbread house at least started and get things moving there, and get the stocking stitching finished. So a lot on my hands here, but I would love to finish my hat as well. So hopefully I don't expect to have too many more finishes as far as stitching goes through the end of the year, besides hopefully the gingerbread house and the star from Liz. So just getting some progress on some of the other monsters that I have started. But yeah, thanks again for taking some time to listen to me talk about this thing here that I love. And thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.